For today's video, we go over the Son of Arugal class, and more specifically the melee DPS Ferocity spec. Going over in more general terms first, the Son of Arugal class can be a tank, healer, caster DPS, as well as melee DPS. It wears leather armor, and its primary resource is Rage. This class has two different forms it can transform into, which are Immortal and Worgen form. Speaking in more specific terms now gauged to the Ferocity spec, your main stat is Agility. You're able to dual wield or rock a two-hander. The only difference it makes regarding what type of weapon style you choose comes down to the question, do you want small crit, quick hits, or slow hit big crits? At least from my experience so far. One note I wanted to add, when I first found out about this class, I did think you were a perma Worgen, but that's not the case. When choosing the Ferocity spec, your first talent point in the tree empowers the Curse of Worgen, reducing the CD to 12 seconds. It also increases attack power by 40% of agility and makes your abilities free to use. The only downside is that the more you're in Worgen form, the more rage it drains. Once you hit 0, you go back to mortal form. When that happens, you have to build sufficient enough rage in order to transform back into the Worgen by casting the mortal form abilities provided. As far as damage goes, you have a few different options regarding playstyle when playing Ferocity: heavy bleeds, heavy blunt force damage, or a little of both. Speaking on the utility of the class, when activating the Worgen form, if you have an enemy targeted, you leap behind them. There's lunge, which puts you forward 25 yards, which is on a 5-second cooldown, but you have to be in Worgen form to use it. You got pack hunting, which is a party buff that increases everyone's movement speed by 60%. Lastly, you have a talent called Roofstalker Leap, which I'm assuming is like a heroic leap-esque ability. There's also a lot of burst talents that you're capable of speccing into. The one thing I noticed were the lack of defensive talents available for the general Son of Arugal class, as well as specifically the Ferocity spec. Now, granted, you do heal every time you do damage with the 3 main Worgen abilities given when starting out. You can also talent somewhat into a percentage of increased healing on you. With all this being said, I'm having some fun on this class. It's different in the way that you're not permanently a Worgen just running around dealing damage. I can't wait to see what's in store for this class. It's definitely going to be on my watch list for future patch notes. Well, that wraps up the video. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope everyone has a blessed day today, and happy gaming, everyone.